Hello student, I am Mahesh Sharma from JIT College and our today topic is balancing of reciprocating mass. As we know, the various forces act on the reciprocating parts of an engine. The resultant of all the forces acting on the body of the engine due to inertia forces only is known as unbalanced force or shaking force. Let here consider Fr, force required to accelerate the reciprocating parts. Fi is the inertia force due to reciprocating parts. Fn is the force on the sides of the cylinder walls or normal force acting on the crosshead guide, and Fb, force acting on the crankshaft bearing or main bearing. Since here Fr and Fi are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction, therefore they balance each other. Further, the horizontal component of Fb acting along the line of reciprocation is also equal and opposite to Fi. This force Fb is equal to Fu is an unbalanced force or shaking force and required to be properly balanced. The effect of the reciprocating parts is to produce a shaking force and shaking couple. Since the shaking force and shaking couple vary in magnitude and direction during the engine cycle, therefore they cause very objectionable vibration. So let's talk about primary and secondary unbalanced forces of reciprocating masses. For this we take some consideration. M equal to mass of reciprocating parts, L length of the connecting rod, R is the radius of the crank, theta is the angle of inclination of the crank with the line of stroke, omega angular speed of the crank, N is the ratio of length of the connecting rod to the crank radius, that is L upon R. So acceleration of the reciprocating parts, AR equal to omega square R cos theta plus cos 2 theta upon N. As you know, the inertia force due to reciprocating parts of force required to accelerate the reciprocating parts. So we say that Fi equal to Fr, which is equal to mass into acceleration. For this we get m omega square R cos theta plus cos 2 theta upon N. From above expression, we can say that the horizontal component of the force exerted on the crankshaft is equal and opposite to the inertia force. This force is an unbalanced one and is denoted by Fu. Unbalanced force, that means Fu equal to Ft plus Fs. Here the expression of m omega square R cos theta is known as primary unbalanced force and the m omega square cos 2 theta upon N is called secondary unbalanced force. Now we talk about our next topic, partial balancing of unbalanced primary forces in reciprocating engine. Here the primary force acts from O to P along the line of stroke. Hence, balancing of primary force is considered as equivalent to the balancing of mass m rotating at crank radius r. This is balanced by having mass b at radius small b placed diametrically opposite to the crank pin c. So, the primary unbalanced force may be considered as component of the centrifugal forces produced by rotating mass m placed at the crank radius r. So the centrifugal force due to the mass B is equal to capital B omega square small b. The horizontal component of this force acting in opposite direction of primary forces, which is equal to capital B omega square B cos theta. The primary force is balanced if B omega square B cos theta equal to m omega square R cos theta. So we can say that the capital B into B equal to mr. Here the centrifugal force produced due to the revolving mass B has also a vertical component of magnitude b omega square rs sin theta, this force remain unbalanced. The maximum value of this force is equal to b omega square b when theta is equal to 90 degree and 270 degree, which is same as the maximum value of primary m omega square r force. From this discussion, we see that the first case, the primary unbalanced force act along the line of stroke, whereas in the second case, the unbalanced force act along the perpendicular to the line of stroke. The maximum value of the force remains same in both the cases. It is thus obvious that the effect of the above method of balancing is to change the direction of the maximum unbalanced force from the line of stroke to the perpendicular of line of stroke. As a compromise, let a fraction c of the reciprocating masses is balanced such that CMR equal to dB. So the unbalanced force along the line of stroke, which is equal to m omega square r cos theta minus b omega square b cos theta. From this we find the equation is which is equal to 1 minus c m omega square r cos theta. And unbalanced force along the perpendicular to the line of stroke, which is equal to b omega square b sin theta, cm omega square r sin theta. As a resultant balanced force at any instant, which is equal to m omega square r root 1 minus c whole square cos square theta plus c square sin square theta. So now we talk about effect of partial balancing of reciprocating parts of two-cylinder engine. Basically, the effect of unbalanced primary force along the line of stroke is to be produced three effects basically. First is variation in tractive force along the line of stroke. Second one is swaying couple, and third one is hammer blow. So here we talk about first case, variation in tractive forces along the line of stroke. What is the variation of tractive forces? Basically, the resultant unbalanced force due to the two cylinder along the line of stroke is known as tractive force. For this, let the crank of first cylinder be inclined at an angle theta with the line of stroke. Since the crank for the second cylinder is at right angle to the first crank, therefore the angle of the inclination for the second crank will be 90 plus theta. As we know, the unbalanced force along the line of stroke for cylinder 1, which is equal to 1 minus c m omega square r cos theta. For this, similarly unbalanced force along the line of stroke for the cylinder 2, which comes equal to 1 minus c m omega square r cos 90 plus theta. As per the definition of tractive force, Ft equal to resultant unbalanced force along the line of stroke. So we add both the unbalanced equations, which is equal to 1 minus c m omega square r cos theta plus 1 minus c m omega square r cos 90 plus theta. So the tractive force is maximum or minimum when the cos theta minus sin theta is maximum. For the maximum condition, we can say that the t over d theta cos theta minus sin theta is equal to 0. For this, we get minus sin theta is equal to cos theta. Thus the tractive force is maximum or minimum when theta equal to 135 or 315 degree. Maximum and the minimum value of the tractive force and variation in tractive force is equal to plus minus root 2 1 minus c m omega square r. Now we talk about our second case, which is swaying couple. The unbalanced force along the line of stroke for the two cylinder constitute a couple about the central line YY between the cylinder. This couple has swaying effect about a vertical axis and tends to sway the engine alternately in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Hence the couple is known as swaying couple. Let A equal to distance between the central line of the two cylinder. So the swaying couple is equal to 1 minus C m omega square r cos theta A upon 2 minus 1 minus C m omega square r cos theta 90 plus theta A by 2, which is equal to 1 minus C m omega square r A by 2 cos theta plus sin theta. The swaying couple is maximum or minimum when cos theta plus sin theta is maximum, and for this cos theta and sin theta to be maximum or minimum on d over d theta, cos theta plus sin theta is equal to 0, which gives us minus sin theta equal to minus cos theta. So we can say that the tan theta equal to 1. For this b theta equal to 45 degree or 225 degree. Thus the swaying couple is maximum or minimum when theta equal to 45 or 225 degree. So the maximum and minimum value of the swaying couples are plus minus 1 minus C m omega square r A by 2 cos 45 plus sin 45. Let me talk about our next topic, which is hammer blow. The maximum magnitude of the unbalanced force along the perpendicular to the line of stroke is known as hammer blow. We know that the unbalanced force along the perpendicular to the line of stroke due to the balancing mass capital B at radius small b in order to balance reciprocating parts only is capital B omega square b sin theta. This force will be maximum when sin theta is unity, that means theta equal to 90 or 270 degree. The effect of hammer blow is to cause the variation in pressure between the wheel and the rail. Let capital P be the downward pressure on the rail. Net pressure between the wheel and the rail is equal to P plus minus capital B omega square small b. If P minus B omega square b is negative, then the wheel will be lifted from the rails. Therefore, the limiting condition in order that the wheel does not lift from the rail is given by P equal to B omega square b. The permissible value of the angular speed, which is equal to omega equal to root P upon capital B into B. Our next topic is balancing of radial engine. Direct and reverse crank method. The method of direct and reverse crank is used in balancing of radial or V engine, in which the connecting rods are connected to a common crank. Since the plane of rotation of the various crank is same, therefore there is no unbalanced primary or secondary couple. For this, consider a reciprocating engine mechanism as shown. Let the crank OC rotate uniformly at omega radian per second in a clockwise direction. Let any instant of the crank make an angle theta with the line of stroke OP. The indirect or reverse crank OC dash is the image of direct crank OC when seen through the mirror placed at an line of stroke. A little consideration will show that when the direct crank revolves in a clockwise direction, the reverse crank will revolve in the anti-clockwise direction. We shall now discuss the primary and secondary forces due to the mass m of the reciprocating parts at P. Now we continue our topic by considering the primary forces. Let us suppose that the mass m of the reciprocating part is divided into two parts, each equal to m by 2, which is assumed that m by 2 is fixed at direct crank pin C and m by 2 at the reverse crank pin C dash. We know that the centrifugal forces acting on the primary direct and reverse crank, which is equal to m by 2 omega square, are the component of the centrifugal force acting on the primary direct crank, which is m by 2 omega square r cos theta, and component of the centrifugal force acting on the primary reverse crank, which is equal to m by 2 omega square r cos theta. Total component of centrifugal force m omega square r cos theta is equal to primary force Fp. Hence, for the primary effect, the mass m of the reciprocating parts at P may be replaced by two masses at C and C dash, each of magnitude m by 2. So, we continue our topic balancing of radial engine by considering the secondary forces. As we know that the secondary force m omega square cos 2 theta upon n, it will be seen that from the secondary effect the mass m of the reciprocating parts may be replaced by two masses each m by 2 placed at D and D dash, such that OD and OD dash equal to R upon 4n. The crank OD is the secondary direct crank and rotate at 2 omega radian per second in the clockwise direction, while the crank OD is the secondary reverse crank and rotate at 2 omega radian per second in the anti-clockwise direction. So, here I conclude my topic balancing of reciprocating masses. Thank you very much.